Jasper's a grazing dog.
A mountain goat.
Alright, buddy. Let's keep her moving. Keep her going. He's like, oh, this is grass. Oh, do you guys allow dogs on your patio?
Yeah, for sure.
Jasper, hey, turn around. Hi, buddy. Hi. Look at this. Look at this. Jasper, this isn't for you. Alright. What's up, folks? Hope you're doing well. So we just finished up breakfast, which was great. We were able to sit out on the patio because it's not raining today, which is also great. So in my previous vlog, I got a comment asking me for my thoughts on the movie Minari, which is about an immigrant Korean family. And before that comment, I have never heard about it. But recently, one of the main actresses won Best Supporting Actress, like Oscars. So, you know, it's getting some hype. I'm interested to check it out. On my channel before, I did go a little bit into my personal experience, you know, being the child of a first-generation Korean immigrant family. So I'm very interested to kind of check out the movie and see how it resonates with me, some of, I guess, the similarities and the differences. And, you know, I'm probably gonna cry. It's just gonna happen. I can already feel it. I posted on my Instagram story about it, and people are telling me I'm gonna cry, so we shall see. Where's the remote? Jasper, are you ready for this movie? It's movie night. Well, it's not really nighttime, it's daytime, but yeah.
Oh,
Stephen Yeun.
Yeah, he's very popular. I like him. He's a good actor.
Yeah, because you think he's cute. You think he's cute?
I said I liked his acting. You lost.
That's how I used to get my earwax cleaned. It feels so good. Jasper, you like the movie? You like the movie?
You won't get points that way.
Jasper, you want to come up on the couch beside Daddy, number 2?
What did you have to give your thoughts?
That was so sweet. It was such a sweet movie.
Yes.
The kid was really cute.
The kid was so cute.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And there was a lot of like really good messages, and you know, when if it looked like everything was falling apart, they just like banded together. That was nice.
And the weed that the grandma planted.
Yeah, the weeds.
Yeah, the Minaris.
I want to try it.
Jasper. Also, I gave Jasper a fucked up haircut the other day, so I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's botched. It looks pretty cute. Jasper, can you
look at this? Like, what is this?
It's
and
okay.
Like,
it's okay. Don't make fun of it.
yeah.
All right. So the movie for me was very like nostalgic. It was kind of like crazy how accurate or how similar our situations were. Obviously not everything was exactly the same. Like my parents were not farmers, but my parents moved to Canada when I was 5 years old. So starting at a very young age, I was able to kind of, you know, witness all of, you know, the very similar struggles that they went through in the movie. Particularly for our situation, I guess the language barrier was the biggest thing, and because, you know, my parents can't speak English, they had to work very like low entry level careers, whether it's like working at the coffee shop, someone at the grocery till, or as cooks, etc. And just like little things in the movie that just brought back all the feels, like when the grandma, also if you want to watch the movie, I'm probably gonna have spoilers in this, but when the grandma like brought the like soup, it's not the soup, it's like this like broth herbal medicine for the little kid to get better. I like vividly remember that drink or concoction. And then the fighting scenes between the mom and the dad was just almost to a T. Like, I don't know if all Korean parents just fight the same way, but it's like that certain tone and that certain like screechiness. It's just, yeah, it was definitely like, it wasn't not a very comfortable feeling for me, just because it did bring back so many memories like of that specific point in my childhood when things were very, very tough for our family and was stressful. But it also definitely made me realize some of my thoughts when I was a kid, when the little boy said, hey, you're not a real grandma, you don't bake cookies, you're not like, you know, any other grandma. And I remember vividly thinking that when I was a kid as well, like, my grandma is so different, like she doesn't bake cookies or she doesn't do all the things that all these like white grandmas do, which is just, man, it's so crazy how real this movie was. But yeah, it just goes to show, like, even when the grandma first met the mom, there was like this like weird tension that the mom had to like impress the grandma. And it just really like subtly highlighted just the differences in culture. And it's weird, right? I recognize my parents' side, but also like the Western culture that I grew up in. And just how different cultures show love in different ways. Like the grandma there was like always tending to the kid. You know, my grandma never baked cookies, but she would always, you know, help in little ways. I remember she would, you know, like walk us to school every day. And it's just little things like that you don't really recognize until you're a lot older. And you know, when you're a little kid and your parents are bringing you to, you know, bank appointments or to the lawyers or to your own parent-teacher interview, and you have to translate what the teacher is saying about you to your parents, it's stressful. You know, you want to go outside and like play with your friends, but you definitely have to, you have to learn how to grow up quick. And it definitely pushes you, and I guess that's kind of where the term like Asian hustle kind of comes from, because you are starting from that deficit. You have to work even harder to make up for that and to succeed. It's kind of like any other kind of, you know, oppressed minority group. You have to work harder, and that becomes even more difficult when you don't know the language, and yeah, systems aren't necessarily kind of put in place for you to succeed. But yeah, like the amount of work and effort that, you know, our parents and, you know, first generation immigrants have to go through to start a brand new life in a whole new country and culture is, I can't even imagine, like I can't even begin to fathom what that would be like. And to put everything, like to put your entire life aside for your children is something that, yeah, like what can you even say about that? Like, how do I even verbalize how appreciative? Yeah, it's just, it's crazy. But like seeing that in a movie from their perspective, which is a perspective that you don't quite recognize when you are growing up, it's definitely, you know, it definitely made me a lot more thankful for what my parents did, because I 100% believe that, you know, my work ethic, although I may not be the smartest or the most talented in certain ways, I have a fucking killer work ethic and I could work my ass off. I attribute 100% of that to my parents and my parents' work ethic and their drive, because although they still currently work in very low-end entry-level jobs, you know, they fucking sent it. They fully sent it. Because I don't think this story is necessarily just about a Korean immigrant family. I think this message is more broad, that it in that it resonates with all immigrant families and all kind of minority groups. I don't think I've ever had a movie that I necessarily resonated this well with, and in so many different aspects. Like I resonated with the parents, but also the kids, and how much like the grandma was working, and then yeah, and then when she caused the accident, it just felt, yeah, it was just so much, dude. And you know, I don't want my message to come off as like, oh, I had it so tough, pity me, blah blah blah, but it's, I guess, more so to acknowledge that if you didn't go through this and you started kind of at a more level playing field, man, be grateful for what you have and just all the privilege that you may not have previously recognized. Hopefully now you can kind of see that, hey, I didn't have to deal with any of this. I didn't have to deal with my parents not speaking the language. I didn't have to deal with my parents working 60, 70 hours. You know, your parents was probably able to save you a little bit of cash for university, or help you buy your new house, or maybe your grandparents left you an inheritance. Like, when you're a first generation immigrant, there's nothing like that. Like, you were literally the first to start all of this. So no matter what kind of side of the spectrum you're on, whether you are a first or second generation immigrant and you really resonated with this movie, or whether this movie has absolutely nothing to do with you, hopefully you take something out of it in that, yeah, we are all still very privileged. The fact that we are here, you know, in Canada, if you're watching this on your phone and your laptop, wherever, we are all incredibly privileged to be able to do the things that we currently do, and just to always be thankful for what we have. That's something that I never really try to forget. Every time I'm in my home, just like working, I'm just so thankful that I'm currently in Vancouver, working out of a beautiful home. I have a bed, amazing partner, and you know, obviously my parents being first generation immigrant Korean conservatives, you know, they don't necessarily agree with everything that's going on in my life, but I think when it comes to Eastern cultures, that aspect of family is so strong, and although they don't necessarily verbalize that they love you, you know, after every phone call, whatever, you just know through action. And yeah, it's just, yeah, it definitely made me appreciate my parents and everything that I have. And overall, I'm very happy that I watched the movie. I would highly recommend you guys check it out as well. I think we're gonna go play some pitch and putt now. I don't know if you guys saw the previous vlog, but that was actually my first time actually playing golf. I never grew up playing golf because, you know, golf is a very affluent sport. I feel like my dad didn't really get into golf until I was in university, because, you know, he was working, he was busy, we were fucking poor. So I never got to like really play golf as I was growing up, but that's okay, because now that I'm older and now that I'm making money, I can go play golf, or at least pitch and putt, because I don't think I'm good enough for actual like golf yet. Like, but we'll get there. Maybe I'll take some lessons. Who knows? Okay. Should I wear? Should I wear a hoodie?
Wear something movable.
Hoodie's movable,
but I feel like my range of motion. I don't really need that.
Wow, are you a professional golfer?
Yeah.
Show us your golf gear.
Actually, my green jacket's in the back.
Oh yeah? Do you see how close?
Yeah, like, that's a birdie. You're gonna get a birdie. Oh, you missed the birdie. You missed the birdie. That's a mistake. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I think you were talking to both of us.
No, I was talking to him.
No,
He's been winding up right next to the green.
No, that was me. That was me.
Yeah.
I'm ripping him over here too.
Yeah. Oh no. Alright, so TikTok made us buy it. Look at this. Arizona hard. Give her a quick taste test. Well. Tastes like a, yeah. Tastes like an Arizona with a little bit of vodka. It's pretty good. It wasn't $1 though. It was like $3. How'd you do?
On the back nine, I was 3 over par.
Wow.
That was pretty good.
Very good. Hello. Hi. You have a good sleep? Do you want to go to the dog run? Yeah, you want... Ow. Wow, good job. Come here. This lava eagle. Alright, to continue on with the Korean theme, we got some Korean barbecue. Oh my goodness. I grab your lettuce. Oh, I wish they give us perilla leaf. A little bit of rice. Ooh. Take your kalbi. Take a little bit of bulgogi, why not? A little bit of this spicy salad, babe.
Did you bite your tongue?
No, it's so good. Nice little vehicle. Look at that. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Alright folks, I think that's pretty much it for this video. That was my, I guess, reaction or response to the movie. Overall, I thought it very kind of closely represented the, I guess, Korean immigrant lifestyle, or I guess the immigrant lifestyle in general, and how difficult it is to start a new life abroad, especially recently with all of the anti-Asian hate going on. Hopefully, you know, if people watch this and they previously didn't really know too much about the difficulties first generation immigrants, you know, hopefully now they see it more. But yeah folks, I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on the movie, whether you thought it was very accurate or it was completely off, and kind of, I guess, your experiences as well, if you're open to that. Other than that, that's pretty much it for this video. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, share with your friends and family, and remember to be less shitty. Thanks guys. Okay, you can come in. What were your thoughts, even though like you're not, you know, first generation immigrant, or your parents weren't? What did you get out of it?
How difficult it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, like for my family, it's like 3, 4, or 5 generations back. Like I don't even know.
Just say bye. Say bye.